All right, we'll shoot you a little live video Monday morning, November the 5th. We got he's bringing it back down now, but we've got a super pump here on one of our trailer builds. So this customer's down in Jacksonville, Florida. And this is the very flight off of a drone. This is a very nice, expensive drone. It's about a $38,000. We'll try to reconnect here. Let me know if I'm live. Stupid phone's trying to connect over to the Wi-Fi and I'm outside. So guys, let me know if you can hear me now. I walked too close to the building. It tried to pick up the Wi-Fi. We good now? Okay, cool. So we'll recap. I was only live for like a minute. It's Monday and Mr. Bolton's bought this trailer from us. So we finished it up this morning. And this is the very first super pump that, as far as we know, that's hooked up to a drone. Let's see. He took it up about 120 feet a little earlier. And he's got a very powerful stream coming out the end. That was something we were not sure about. You don't know till you try it. Is if the super pump can push that much head pressure up and still have enough of that right there to do what he needs to do. The answer is yes. We did have a customer rent a very big genie boom and clean some tall monuments a few months ago, but that was our only kind of analog test, and he only went up maybe 70 or 80 feet. So this is good. He was up whatever that amount is. That's how high he was, probably over 100 feet. What do you think? I think it worked. Like I said, we didn't know because sometimes you just have to do shit and find out if it works. Traditionally, these guys will run an AR-45 or Comet P40 or something like that to achieve enough ass by the time it pushes all that head pressure up. So staying with an electric system is preferable. Lots of places in Europe that do drone work, and they can't, right? Jonathan, they don't allow them to use a gas-powered system. So California guys, all you drone guys out there, we've had that question a lot. Will the super pump have enough power to go up with a drone? The answer do be yes, in fact, it does. So we've been out here playing with it a little while, I don't know, probably about an hour or so, I guess. Ran a whole bunch of liquid through it. Now, the thing is, some of these drone guys, they run these little bitty ass tips. I think he had I don't know, he laid it somewhere. But you got to have a much bigger orifice tip for the super pump. It don't like going through no little tiny shit. Now, when they're running a gas-powered pump, what can't go through the tip will just go into the bypass back into the tank or into the bypass loop on like an AR-45. We don't have to do that on the super pump because it's a demand style pump. So that's a pro as well. We just this morning the big thing was trying to match up what tip we had in here that would allow the super pump to run what it wants to run. It wants to go. So you can't throttle back an electric pump because it'll just overwork the pump. It doesn't go into bypass. Now, he got lucky because we had some of these. These are just random orifice size tall reach tips that we made like 3 years ago, trying different sizes with different pumps, just, seeing what works. So I still had a few of these in the toolbox. So one of those we were able to slap on here and make it work. That's right. Bolton won an Easy Max kit on Saturday at Super Pump Saturday. So that's what it does. It shoots out this little extension so that it clears the propellers, and then he can turn that at different angles and spray. But his big concern was, is it going to have enough power, number one, to push up vertically that high with head pressure, and then number two, is it going to shoot any kind of distance and have any kind of ass once it does accomplish that? When we were hitting the fence, the grass is wet here, so that's plenty. Now, for everybody else soft washing, we can shoot 75 feet with a Sweet 16. It ain't going to do that because of the application here, but he's still shooting whatever that is, plenty long enough ways for him to get some washing power out of the drone. So that's really cool. That's a whole nother market that we can run in. We thought it would work, just running the metrics, but you don't know until you try it. So that thing right there ain't cheap. That cost more than my first 2 trucks combined. Worked, is cool. Took an hour to crank that thing up. He had to dance with it. He had to do a tango with it. No, the drone and Rona, see, we shipped him 2 pumps for the drone company to try it down there, and something was going weird. It don't matter. But then so because of that, I put a curse on the drone. The drone won't work in Roanoke. So he had to get on the phone. His GPS thing he just had to recalibrate it. But that's cool, man. That was impressive. It's very neat. Dusty, it beat the hell out of the way we cleaned that water tower 5 or 6 years ago. I was a scared ass climbing that ladder. We did that job in 1 day, but this would have made it about a half a day and no potential for dying. So that's pretty neat. All right, boys, we're gonna Dan Wright says, what size hose did you end up using? We ran 5/8. That is not the recommended hose size for the super pump. You're not supposed to run anything but 3/4, but this is a specialty application. So 5/8, and Flexzilla is flexible. It'll expand out and sort of help the pump not have to fight it as much as, say, like a rigid Softwash hose. That shit don't expand at all. So for this application, it's going to be fine. Now, he may be wearing that pump out a little prematurely than the rest of you guys, but it ain't going to be enough to matter. He can just do a head kit swap. He still may get months and months and months of usage, so the trade-off's well worth it. Pretty cool. This is 250 foot of 5/8, so there's another 50 foot on there as well that it's having to push through. Yeah, don't do that on normal applications, but he was way on up there. As Daddy would say, he was way on up there. How high? I don't, at least as high as Snoop Dogg. Yeah, whatever this amount of hose is. Really cool. All right, boys. How is there 62 of y'all watching this live? Y'all supposed to be working. Y'all better vote tomorrow. Look, if Camelhead Harris gets it again, the price of these pumps is